Hey, y'all. Happy Tuesday. I'm actually only 1 minute late tonight. All right, it just turned to 2. I'm 2 minutes late, okay? I'm sorry. I have a confession. I've had the busiest day that I've had in a really long time, and I haven't put a single morsel of food in my mouth. So as I'm setting up the computer, I opened up chips, the most nutritious thing that I could find to grab and eat. And I was shoving them down my throat hole, and some got lodged a little bit like this, and I had to hurry up and swallow fluid. And I almost opened up and poured myself a drink just to be able to have fluid in my mouth, all in like 30 seconds of trying to go live. And the only reason I'm 2 minutes late is because I had to wipe the water from my eyes because I literally choked trying to eat something in 30 seconds. It's fine though. It's going to be fine. It's Tuesday. It's Timeout Tuesday and a holiday week, and tomorrow is my Friday for work. Technically, I took tomorrow off, but somebody booked something anyway, but it's fine. It's going to be fine. We're here. We're together. I'm alive, no longer choking on chips because it turns out safety matters, and that fluid will dilute those, and you can just shove those down even further and just keep breathing. So it's going to be fine. Totally fine. Y'all ready for a drink? Because I am. Tonight's drink is another bourbon cream liqueur. This is a coffee flavored. Pretty excited about this. This is from Doc Brown Farm and Distilleries in Chambly, Georgia. Velvet smooth and delectable. Georgia's finest cream to share and savor with friends. Heirloom Jimmy Red Corn Bourbon. You know, Jimmy crack corn and I don't care. I don't remember the words and I don't care. I also don't see a way to open this up. That's gonna be a problem. There it is. Okay. We're making up words to our own songs tonight, and that's just how it's gonna go. Okay. This has a cute little quirky doodle. Doc Brown Distillers. I'm putting this right over ice. Oh my gosh, get out of there. Okay. Woo-wee, this is a sipper. We're going with my retro cute glass that's all the way from Illinois. That's probably good. That's probably as far as we should take that tonight. I don't know what y'all are drinking, but even if it's water, I'm just excited to be here with y'all. Cheers to Timeout Tuesday. That's dangerous. It doesn't taste like alcohol. You can smell it, but it does not have a flavor to it. It tastes exactly like iced coffee. So dangerous. That is a full-blown sipper, and it's good. Really good. Lester will even like that. Tuesday turned out to be the most wild, crazy, nonstop show that I have had in a wild time. Like this was a Thursday on like tenfold because everything went wrong and late, and then it all came together all at once. And here I was 30 seconds before shoving chips down my throat to have some sort of substance in there just before I sipped alcohol. But we're here, and it's going to be fine. It's going to be totally fine. Okay, let's just... I had a very quick work conference this weekend, and y'all, if you've been watching videos or our lives, know that I drug Lester with me to San Antonio. He actually offered to drive, which was quite nice. I kind of like it when he drives. It allows me to like ramble and talk. And at one point in time, he looked at me and goes, "Do you know that for the last 30 minutes you've said all of the things that you're going to do and what's all going on in your head?" And he goes, "That's the longest, most like strung out plans that I have ever heard." And he's like, "I don't think I've ever heard you talk that much all in one thing." And I guess I was holding it all in because I don't know it was been a busy week. And then we got in the car, and sometimes, most of the time, we don't drive with the radio on because Lester likes to listen to talk radio, and I can't stand that because I like to talk and he's like intently listening. So we just usually sit and talk or whatever. So I was just talking about like all of the projects that I would like to get accomplished here, the things like, you know, I'm going to have a few days off for the holiday. So to be able to capitalize on not being on Zoom for 4 days is going to be awesome. And the weather should be okay-ish, which makes us able to catch up on things. And he was like, all I could think is he's probably thinking that's a lot of work for me. It's nothing crazy. It's like getting a load of rock, getting a load of dirt, filling in some holes and fence things and, you know, all of that. And well, it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. That's what I told him as well. So it was nice to be able to sneak away for one quick overnight. Plus, I had never done any exploring in San Antonio. So being able to go with him. And then if you watched my video today on YouTube, you got to see some Texas history and United States history that I was not aware of before. And I'm embarrassed to admit that I wasn't aware of it in that caliber. But of course, you know, Lester was a teacher for 25 years. The way that he can summarize and tell a story about the past is very engaging and is very, it's animated, but it allows you to pay attention and get the full grasp in a very short amount of time of what happened. And he told the story of Texas and the Alamo and the Battle of Goliad. And I just never heard that before. So I was totally intrigued and recorded him doing that to be able to share with y'all. And it was fun. While we were at the Alamo, other things went down that aren't on my video, but were on his, that were fun. That's all I'll say. They were fun. Lester should be a tour guide at a historical museum. Lester would keep people forever if he was the tour guide, but he would be great at it. He would be amazing to be a storyteller in that caliber. I did this hop on, hop off tour in New York City where you can do the double-decker bus and you get the headphones you plug in and they tell the story of whatever you're driving by and seeing. And I know that Lester would be that for Texas. He would be incredible, especially anything that had to do with battles or wars or, you know, just overall Texas history. He would be phenomenal at, absolutely phenomenal. I just realized that my ringer is on. I apologize so very much. I had to have my ringer on today because, okay, there's a very big surprise, like the biggest surprise ever brewing right now. And I had to be able to stay in communication around that. And then Dr. Cochran and team were here and we had like, I don't know, 25 vet visits in one day, one afternoon today. So it has been a whirlwind of time and I ended up feeding animals in the dark tonight. It's crazy. Catnip Kitty says, we know about the surprise. Do you know about it already? Wait a minute. If Lester Morrow spilled the beans on this surprise, no, he didn't. He didn't. Okay. He just told you that there's a surprise. Okay. Well, Loose Lip Lord Lester did not tell us everything. Okay. Good. He's really struggling to hold it in. You don't know how much this is killing him. Like, this is burning him from the inside out to be able to hold this back. And I told him that he was absolutely, without a doubt, not allowed to share it until it was completed and done and we could make sure that it came to fruition. So my little G-Pat is over there like biting his fingernails down to bloodiness. He might even be biting his toenails at this point in time, trying to hold it all in. That's all I'm saying. So, big surprises on the horizon. I cannot wait to share with y'all what is brewing. But I'm not going to tonight because I can't show it to you yet. It hasn't finalized yet. So I can't. Anyway, San Antonio, and then what else happened this weekend? Oh, the Predator situation. I'm going to play a video for y'all. It'll play tomorrow as well. Hang on one second here. This happened. Can y'all hear that? Hold on. You may not be able to hear this. I may have to play this for you. There are like, I'll have to play it for you I'll post it after we're done. What seems to be like 100 coyotes that I can hear as I'm doing farm chores tonight. And that was wild. It wasn't close. It was close enough to hear, but it wasn't like it was right here. And it was unbelievable, the amount of howling, the amount of just craziness, and all the dogs went nuts, and yeah, scary. It ties back to, obviously, our alpacas killed one, but in my video, the dogs are chasing things a whole other way, and I'm now aware of just how many that there really are. And the pack is heavy, basically. I sent that to Lester. I was like, hey, we gotta think about some things here. One thing is that you'll never build fences to be able to keep them out. You would have to have a full-blown cage with concrete floor and become a zoo enclosure, better than a zoo enclosure, to be able to keep them out. But you can do things to deter, and you can start to trap them, you can start to hunt them, and you can ward them off from spaces. So it was just alarming, the volume of them this evening. So, and there's puppies. You can hear there's pups as well. So we'll work on that, but just sort of set a little bit of an alarm in my mind of like, holy moly, that's a lot. That's a lot. So, oh, I do have a lot to tell y'all. What was that disgusting thing in the horse barn? Okay. Everybody's asking questions already. Let's just jump into it, because you know what? It's a holiday week and I have so much to talk about that I would rather just go through what you want to hear about. So not tonight, that is a lie. Saturday in the horse barn, I found parts and didn't find them till later and got freaked out. Then came into the house and saw that the dogs drug in a very large bone from the woods and a squirrel. Now, I didn't put anything together until I was looking at my video from the Predator situation, and Christmas was out in the barn with me, and you can see as I scan by, the squirrel is out in that barn. In the next video that I make, which hasn't posted yet to anywhere, the squirrel is gone, but the parts are there. So all I can say is something killed that squirrel, gutted it, very strategically gutted it, like took out its stomach and intestines and heart, which is wild to me, wild. And Christmas brought the squirrel in as a prize for me, I guess, to show off, like, look what I did, Mom, even though she's not the one who did that. My question is, what animal is skilled enough to gut a squirrel? And then what animal is skilled enough or that we interrupted from eating it, I guess. Isn't that kind of crazy? because it feels crazy. A raccoon, maybe a raccoon is that smart, or a cat. I have plenty of cats. That's the other thing we have to talk about. This is the most sporadic, squirreled out live ever and not well thought out or planned. And I am so sorry because we ran out of time today and I didn't have time to think about a thing. In fact, I didn't have time to shower either. And I might not smell well. I might smell like animals at this point in time. Good thing you can't smell on the internet. A cat. Cats really know how to do all that? Y'all are crazy. Okay, I'll believe you. So we rescued 4 cats last week as well, last Thursday. And when our sweet nephew Ben came to do some chores here, he opened up the garage and allowed the cats to get out, which it wasn't the end of the world. I just was keeping them enclosed so that way I could tame them down a little bit and get them all seen by the vet today. It turns out that we could only get 1 seen by the vet today because the other 3, I don't want to use the term escaped because I wasn't trying to like capture them and hoard them or anything like that. I just was trying to, let's see who's a male and who's a female and let's figure this all out. But it's not the end of the world. Eclipse got visited today. It is probable that Eclipse is pregnant. It is probable that she's too far along to do anything about it other than let her have them. So there's that. She did get a full exam and tested, and we chose not to vaccinate because of that pregnancy. So we will wait to see what happens with her, but she's the only tame one. And if she has kittens, then it's okay. There are 0 cats today at the JL Ranch. So my still intention is that these will become JL Ranch cats. And if there are more, then there's more. It's okay. We'll get them all vetted, get them all fixed, and go from there. I do know that Jeffrey is a male and that Gemini, the other black cat, is a male. There is a Siamese cat who will not allow me to touch him or her with bright, beautiful blue eyes, like stunning blue eyes. And that cat is lingering around the food bowl and around the kittens. So it's going to be fine. I hopefully can get my hands on him or her in the next week or so to be able to tell if it's male or female. My first priority is fix the females. Second will be fix the males. But Jeffrey frequents the fence line, hangs out with Patch and White Kitty, and still will not let me touch him again either. So Lester was worried. He was like, people are going to get onto you so bad. You rescued the cats and now they got loose. And what are you doing? Well, they were feral before. They lived in a ditch in a parking lot of a car dealership and just came and ate. So from my perspective, they're now living in my garage, greenhouse, and the woods right behind the house. It's not much different. It's just that there's no cars in the parking lot to interrupt those things. And I feel like they actually have a little bit more protection here simply because of the shop area and garage area. So nonetheless, rodent control is real. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Boy, y'all are saying things so fast that, thank you for those that say that it's not my fault. It's not the end of the world. Like, they'll either come around or they won't, but they're eating, they have shelter, they have fresh water, and as soon as I can capture the females, they'll be fixed as well. So, let's see here. Somebody asked something and then I was going to answer it and then I lost it. And I'm sorry I'm so frazzled tonight. I literally have been going since 5 o'clock this morning because Christmas pulled the Timmy's in the well on me again this morning. And I still don't know why, other than maybe she heard coyotes again. I'm not sure, but either way. Did I ever catch the last cat? I did not catch the last cat. So they have traps set out there, but they have not seen that cat again since the others left. So I imagine that cat either had a home nearby or chose to go find. Do cats have herds? What do you call a group of cats? Either way, it lost its fun family little safety net, and it probably went to go find another one, is what I'm guessing. All right. Show us your ring. Okay. A colony of cats. Really? A pride. Okay. Show us. This is my ring. It has a knot on it. It's a rope. This is very Longhorn Lester-ish. I still love it. I will still wear it. This is a ring my mother got me. Looks like a strand of pearls. And this one is a mother of pearl ring. None are very expensive or elaborate. I am not that person. Yes, colonies, feral colonies. Okay. A clouder? I've never heard of a clouder. A love knot. Okay. How is my health? My eye stopped leaking about 3 days ago, so that was a win. 3 days ago? Yeah. About 3 days ago. So that was a win. And I feel a lot better. I have a follow-up next week, Friday, about my spleen and figure that out. What I have learned is that your spleen is your catch-all for trauma. And that's crazy to me. So even if you didn't have an actual injury to your spleen, it will show signs of trauma in your body. It's crazy to think that way. So like if you had major things happen, trauma happen, sometimes it can be seen in your spleen, which is wild. Now, there are other things, of course, that it could be, but I'm trying not to think so much about it because I'm feeling better. So my hopes are that somehow when I go back in, that it is smaller or gone. And we'll see what happens there. I did a lot of reading about your spleen, and there are a lot of people who message me who are like, I don't have a spleen anymore, which is basically your immune system. So that whole trauma thing makes a lot of sense, because if that's your immune system and what causes you to fight, it would also make sense that I was pretty dang sick and it would show weakness, essentially. I got all my blood results back so that I could view them, and it all aligned with exactly what they said. There were no surprises on that, but in a really weird way, I want to do a follow-up lab test too. So I will ask that doctor, can I just see? Because now I'm just curious, like I'm a weirdo. If I had a way to test my blood at home for fun every once in a while, not like every day, but like when you're not feeling well and you could run a blood test, like let's just say it was like the blood sugar test where you could put a drop of blood on a cartridge and it could tell you like, yep, you're not imagining it. You actually are sick. Give yourself, allow yourself to take a break, basically. Because sometimes, I don't know, maybe you're like this too. As a woman, I feel like I have to push through, and that it's just I'm getting old, or I'm overweight and I'm out of shape, or like I don't want to say that I feel undeserving of being run down or allowing myself some time to rest, but I feel guilty sometimes for whenever I feel bad. And I'm like, oh, just plow through it. Like everybody has bad days. Just get out there and do it. But sometimes, you really are sick and your body's like trying to tell you to take a break. And I just wish there was a way that you could have like a tiny little blood, like a finger prick, put that drop of blood on that thing, and it's like, yeah, your white blood cells are really up, or your red blood cells are really down, or whatever the case is. And your your scale of 1 to 10, 10 is you're in great health, but today you're at a 6 and you should rest some more. Like, I wish that existed, because then I wouldn't question it so much, because I don't know, menopause, I was telling Lester this morning. I'm in probably perimenopause, like just the beginnings of it, I'm guessing. But like, it is not for the weak or the faint of heart. It is serious. And it is like, I'm sorry, crazier than what it felt to go through puberty. Or maybe I forgot what it was like to go through puberty, but like, I'm all over the charts, from crazy to emotional to sweating bullets to freezing to gaining weight in places that I have never gained weight before. And I ate 3 or 4 chips tonight. I'll put on 3 pounds because I had 3 chips tonight. It makes no sense. I can breathe the air of this coming off of a cake coming out of the oven, and it's like I ate the whole thing. It is wild. And I'm trying to explain that to Lester, and he's like, you know, it's just part of getting old. I'm like, I know that it's part of getting old, but as a woman and hormones and all these things, like, it makes you feel crazy on top of everything else. It literally makes you feel like I'm off my rocker right now. Things that I could normally do without being worn out. Things that I could normally like think through. The brain fog is like the weirdest thing. I sat there today trying to create a video, and there was a word that I could not come up with. And I sat there and stared at myself in the camera for minutes because I was so frustrated that I couldn't come up with the word. Couldn't come up with it. It was synergy. I was looking for the word synergy. So I had to start all over and think of something else to say. I have never in my life struggled with trying to find words. I've never in my life had like, obviously hot flashes, but I've also never had like this spastic, like everything makes me cry space. Never. I cried. I'm not going to tell you why I cried, but wild. Just wild. And for anybody that's gone through it, my mom's like, yeah, I've been going through it for 26 years. 26 years. No. What did we do to deserve that, really? Like, what do men get? Okay? We get to bleed once a month. We get to give birth and carry a baby, and then we get to feed it for a year or so, and our bodies never look the same. What do men get? Like, what happens to their bodies? Other than, okay, I don't think a lot of women lose their hair. So I will say we can tit for tat this a little bit, like men lose their hair, women get saggy chest. We'll use the term chest, okay? So we'll put both of those aside. Now what else happens to men? Not a lot. Not a lot, too. And it's just like, of all the things that start happening to women early in life and all the things that have to go through, and then to top that off with menopause, God was like, yeah, listen, I gave you brains that can work 1,000,000 miles a minute, and then you can sort all this out and you can handle a whole lot of things. But we're going to have to counteract that with some menopause. It's just not fair. That's all I'm going to say. They get to pee standing up. They do. They don't have to shave their legs. They don't have to shave their armpits. They can literally buy an outfit, and it can last them 12 years if they don't gain or lose any weight. They can last longer. It can last as long as the clothes will physically last, because it never goes out of style. Never. Men have had the same jeans, t-shirt forever. And if they wear a 34, everything is a 34. There is no like, oh, that it doesn't fit in the hips or it doesn't fit here or anything else. Like, it's not fair. It's not fair. That's all I'm going to say. Men could definitely not handle what we go through. I am so confident in that by far. Speaking of things that change, I thought we'd play a little game tonight. It's not a game, but this is the 1990 Sears wishbook. And if you've ever seen the TV show The Price is Right, I thought that we would play a little bit of The Price is Right, except for my own version. We're going to do 1990 prices of things that you see in the Sears wishbook. So, does it sound like fun? Because I am seeing shocking prices in this catalog that actually blow my mind. Also, to me, 1990 is only 10 years ago. So that could be part of my problem, is that I'm like, it's only 10 years ago. No, it's been a lot longer, actually. Okay. Now the Sears wishbook has all of the things at this point in time still in it. Not houses like way, way back in the day, but it has things. Okay. So I'm just going to flip to random pages. This is not pre-thought about because, again, I had no time to think about anything today. And then, we're going to start with some of these fancy skiing outfits, overalls. I want to know what you think this jacket cost. Okay? So you tell me what you think it costs, and then we're going to reveal it. Ooh, $14.99. I see Canado say $12. Okay. 1990. Keep thinking. 1990 is 20 years ago. See, I told you, $29.99. I know 1990 is technically 34 years ago. That makes me choke a little bit. All right. So this fancy jacket, okay, this one right here, this is the letter E. $36.99. Now, someone help me, because to me, Sears was fabulous in the catalog space. But when I started shopping at Sears, it wasn't that expensive. Like Famous Bar, I didn't say Macy's, I said Famous Bar. Famous Bar and Dillard's and JCPenney were all above Sears in my day. Am I wrong on that? Because and that's a little girl's coat. $36 back in that time feels really expensive, doesn't it? Because I feel like it is. I was very surprised by that. Okay? Because when I got my first job in like 1996, I was making $4.75 an hour. And that was good. Actually, it was probably $4.25, and then I got a couple of raises. But still, that was good. So to think that that jacket was $36.99, and all it is, it's a bright print jacket. It has zero name brand. Zero. Which is another really strange thing, is because in this catalog, I will show you many things. There are very few name brand. It's not a Sears name brand. It just says jacket. Wild, right? Okay. This somebody says, must have been before we got items from China. Maybe so. Maybe. Okay. Closing her back up, and we're going to pick another page. All right. This will be good. Okay? No cheating. No cheating on the prices here. You see what's on this page, right? We got a toolbox. We have a oh, that's full-blown appliances right there. So these aren't actually, these prices might not actually be listed here, but we'll find them. We have a capture the holiday fun and create lasting photographic memories, so a camera. We have a computer, that definitely was like Oregon Trail computer, okay? A stereo system that had 2 tape decks. Is that a CD player? It doesn't say. That's on page 704. Give me a second here, because we're going to go down this space. And then we're going to also come back to the page that has picture frames for sale that you could order. 704. Hold the phones here, okay? This is the stereo. We're going to price out the stereo. So I'm going to get us to the right page here. Somebody sent me this catalog last year, and I never got to do this much fun with it. So, you know, here we are. Audio starts on 704. Hold on. Oh, this is like, you can buy guitars and everything. All right. So I can't show you that page because it has a really big price on it. Let's do this one. Okay. I'm hiding all of the prices from y'all. You ready? This stereo, either one of these right here. Okay. I'll even let you pick either one of them. Notice the tape decks here. I think that's a 5-disc changer. Speakers. Big speaker right here. I want to know what you think the price is on either one of those. Either one. Okay, I see some $275, $235, $499, $299. Are you ready for this? I don't think you're ready for this. Okay. $1,000 for that stereo? $1,000 for this one. This one is $799, and if you wanted the turntable with it, it was an extra $150. No wonder people arm wrestled and fought on Black Friday. Isn't that crazy to you? Because $1,000 in that time frame was a lot. $1,000 today is still a lot of money, but $1,000 in 1990? That's crazy. For instance, okay, hold on. So I'm just going to say 1990, we're going to say that minimum wage is $3 an hour, okay? So divided by $3, you would have to work 333 hours to be able to afford that stereo. And I'm going to divide that by 40. That's 8.5 weeks without anything else to be able to afford that stereo. That doesn't include shipping and handling, and that doesn't include tax. That's nuts. That's absolutely nuts. So today, let's just say minimum wage is $15 an hour. Okay, that's a ballparkish. And if that stereo was $2,000 or was still $1,000, 66 hours divided by 40, you'd only have to work a little over a week and a half to afford that stereo if it was still $1,000. You and I both know that stereo today is not $1,000. That stereo today is minute. Absolutely minute. Okay. Are we having fun yet? Because I think this is wild to me. Okay. Let's go here. Okay. Oh, I showed you a price. That's not fair. Oh. All right. Dang it, I just showed you a price on this page too. This is not going well for me. Okay, this is good. Because they still make these today. And I would assume that people still know some of the costs of this today. Okay, Tinker Toys, Lincoln Logs, and I think that is Connects. Let's do Tinker Toys or Lincoln Logs, okay? Tell me what you think the cost of a Lincoln Log set is, or Tinker Toys, or both, either one, based on what we've learned so far. Okay. $25, $50, $29.99. Tinker Toys, $15, $35, $40. Okay. So the smallest Lincoln Log set was $14.95. I'm pretty sure that's pretty close to what it is today. The largest, which was 447 pieces, that's this top beast right here where you could build 3-4 buildings out of it, okay? That is $42.95. And then the Tinker Toys sets were $13.99 and $17.99. Not bad. Not bad. Still expensive for that era, I believe, because if you think about $3 an hour, again, like I measure things and how long is it going to take me to earn that? Like, how much did I have to work? How many hours did I have to work to pay for that? I do that with like hay and feed, or when I have to pay someone else to do work for me, like how long did I have to work to pay for that? So Lincoln Logs and Tinker Toys are reasonable. Here's something crazy though. They were owned by Play School in that time. And is Play School even still a company today? I don't know that. All right, let's do one more and then I'll let people start picking out what we think we should look at. Oh, this one blew my mind. Okay. Can't find it. I'm trying to find something that they still make today that okay, here we go. A swing set. The old metal frame swing set. When I was a kid, all we had was a slide, a swing, and this little monkey bar hangy trapeze thing here. We did not have this or this, but either way, we played on it all the time and we swung on it back and forth until this thing rocked and we almost tipped it over every time. So I want to know how much you think that this swing set is. And this is the Sears Wishbook in 1990. I see $1,200. I see $14.99, $4.99, $1,500, $69.99, $85.99. Okay. This is actually crazy. It's only $159. Someone explain to me how you can buy Lincoln Logs for $40, but you can buy a whole swing set for $159. Because to me, $159 in the swing set feels actually very what I would expect things to have costed back then. That's a big gift, but it's not, I mean, it like pales in comparison to the prices of some of the other crazy stuff. One thing I posted from here was the Barbie Dream House. And that Barbie Dream House was like absolutely insane, crazy expensive. I'm going to find it again because I still can't get over it. The Barbie Dream House. Okay. This Barbie Dream House right here, $394. $394 in 1990? That's insane. This one right here, $168. I think the Barbie Dream Houses now are cheaper. Isn't that crazy to me? I'm a Barbie fanatic, and seeing this in catalogs is like, oh, I still want a Barbie Dream House, but you know, I have no kids to play with it with. No one will appreciate that. I want to look up the computer for someone. They said they wanted to know that. Let's see if we can find that. Oh my God. I'm going to show you that one. Okay. You ready to know what a powerful IBM PC at compatible laser 286-2 is? I don't know what that means. $1,500, $3,000, $1,200, $699. $13.99 for the basic, and if you want to upgrade, it's $15.99. That's for this one right over here. Isn't that nuts? That's nuts. There's no email in 1990. Nobody's emailing or anything. It was just what you did right there, and you had to save it on disk. And that is now that had like the floppy disk and the little 3x3 hard plastic disk. Oh, here's a printer, $169 with a ribbon of $8.93. Also, here's something weird. I don't really understand this, and this might be my weirdness kicking in here. $14.91, $299.99, $349.96. Why do all the prices have like pennies, and they're all different? 94, 93, 66, 77. Hi, Fiona. Good to see you, baby. What you coming to tell Mama? Fifi was a good girl today. I understand that technology was a new thing. I'm still very, very confused on the stereo process, and how expensive that was. There's some other things in here too. Tell me, a microwave. Somebody asked me about a microwave. How much was a microwave? Okay. This is a little bit shocking as well. There's a multitude of microwaves. In fact, they have all of the things right here. You can get this one, which is very large, for $158. Not bad, right? All right. Somebody says dresses. Turns out Sears has all the parts. Oh, you're gonna love this. Those are kind of suit-ish. Okay. They're expensive. That's a $55 dress right there. 40, 43, 58, 55, 59. This is sad. A petite was just as expensive as a plus, because they had to make different sizes of the same dress cost different dollars as well. Hey, but you could get an outfit to match everyone in the family. Those shoulder pads are amazing. Fully agree. Is Sears still in business? And I mean that from the bottom of my soul. I don't know the answer. Yes, I just licked my own finger to turn the pages. There's no shame in that. I just would like to point out these jeans right here. Look at those. They're fancy. Pleats. It's the pleats. So Sears is gone altogether. Get you a Simpsons or a Garfield nightgown right here. It's pretty fancy. The only Sears we have now is appliance repair. Huh. I'll have to look if they're still technically in business or not. Let's see what else we can find in this gem right here. Oh my gosh. RoboCop. Beetlejuice. Ninja Turtles. Those are right up my brother's alleys. What are these advertisements? Seriously. Like, look at look at that. This is advertisement. He's like holding the phone and he's talking to who knows who in his fancy striped robe. I don't know why that's so funny to me, but it is. A lot of pleats. It is very interesting, though, that there's no brands. I didn't realize that till somebody just pointed that out. It says Wonderful Wool Blends. There's no Nike, Adidas. There's characters, as you saw, but there's no brand. This just says like ski bibs, wind jacket. Isn't that wild? Kmart and Sears are both out of business. I knew Kmart was. All right. Is there anything else that y'all want to know about prices in here? You want to know how much a refrigerator costs? Oh, how about a vacuum? Anybody want to take a guess at how much a vacuum cost? $500? Okay. The most expensive vacuum that I can find is this fancy nugget up here for $294. It's one of those that had the, the thing you had to drag around that you clunked up the stairs, basically. The hose was never long enough. $300 for a vacuum back then? All right, somebody said shoes. I haven't seen... Didn't Sears not used to have shoes? Oh no, they have some shoes in here. Hold on. First of all, I have to show you these sweatsuits right here. It's very pastel-y. Okay. Oh, VCRs. That's what I wanted to show you. I saw them when I was flipping through. Let me show you shoes. There's only one page of shoes, and they're snow boots, and they're $30. I still feel like that's really expensive for that time frame, because today you can get a pair of boots for, some of them are $60. All right. I scrolled past. I didn't scroll. I flipped by VCRs. And now, of course, I can't find them. They're right behind the snow globes, clearly. Oh, you can buy phones in here, too. We'll come back to that. Come on. Let me see you. Oh, you can buy movies. You can also buy cameras. Video cameras right there, friends, for $900. $900. You had to be disgustingly wealthy for that. Okay. How much do you think a VCR cost in 1990? I don't think you're ready for this. I don't. I'm not ready for this. This is average. Low end, $300. That right there, that's the deal of the day. $314 for a VCR. That's crazy. That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Anyway, now we definitely know why people threw elbows on Black Fridays for smoking deals, because companies were just insane during that time. Absolutely insane. I hope you enjoyed our game of The Price is Right, because this is an eye-opener for me. And now I want to find ones that are like from 1980, and then if it went all the way as far as 2000, like I would love to be able to look at the price difference over 10 years. I don't know how anyone afforded anything for Christmas. It makes me, we had very small Christmases, and that was really the only time of year. Christmas and birthday was the only time of year you got gifts anyway. But it makes me realize like how crazy the prices were, how expensive things genuinely were. You could buy a deluxe cordless phone with rechargeable cradle and two-way paging. I don't know what that means about two-way paging, but it was on sale for $100. That's expensive. So expensive. Anyway. It does have jewelry in the front. It has customized like things. Oh, here was another thing that I looked at. You could order by mail and you could apply for credit as well. I know in one of the older Sears wish books that you paid cash on delivery. So you could order it and it would come to be delivered to you and you didn't have to pay for it till it got to your house, which also is wild to think about, because what if it came and you didn't have the money? Then they would have to take it all the way back. So regular home delivery, Sears shipping and handling charges for home or office delivery are a little more than store pickup charges, because you did get charged to pick it up in the store. And it was by pound, basically, and you had to calculate that yourself. But it started out at $2.40, and it went all the way up to $18.54 if you wanted to use the mail. If you wanted to use FedEx was much more pricey, and you had to get all of your orders in by 5 o'clock on December 20th, 1990, if you wanted them by Christmas, for the record. Just wild to think about all of the crazy things. Number one, all of the toys that were in this that still exist today and the price difference of them, but also the things from my childhood that are no longer in existence and were in here that were such a big deal. Like, I don't know, VCRs and phones with cords. Crazy. Layaway. Yeah. Do they still do places still have layaway? It's interesting to think through as well. All I know is that I had a nightgown similar to this. Now, my mother made mine. And we did not have matching. My mom, there's no way on earth my mom was wearing a nightgown when we were growing up. She was more of a t-shirt to bed kind of person. Just funny to think through. And I will end it with this. This is your holiday romance guide right here. Multiple pearls. I'm not real sure what that is. This was on the dress that also the children had matching. I'm not sure that was well thought through of that being part of the romance guide. And then a full length. Well, we won't show her because I'll probably get kicked off of Facebook for that. But yeah, this is your romance guide, men, that shopped in the Sears catalog for the women. Anyway. Good times. If anybody sees a wish book from other eras online and can send me a link to it, I would love to purchase it and go through that. That was a good time, y'all. It's been an hour. I have rambled my face off. I still have had 3 or 4-ish tortilla chips to eat today, and I'm a little bit hungry. I did this live with the door wide open because I wanted to be sure in case I heard coyotes coming up. I did not. Everyone is very calmly laying next to me and all is well around that space. I think that when the sun goes down is probably and the sun comes up are probably some of the peak times for those. So I promise you that Lester and I are being ever so attentive to watch out for those things and to make a strategy and plan around that. I'm going to find something to eat. I'm going to pay attention to outside. I still have to edit my video. Dr. Cochran was here today, and we spent a great deal of time getting a ton done together. So I want to be able to go through that. And then you can expect to... I don't want to promise you that you're going to see the surprise tomorrow because you may not. I guess you're going to have to see that surprise tomorrow. You're going to see a surprise tomorrow, okay? And it's a big one. And I am also going to see that surprise tomorrow for the first time with you in person. So I love you all so very much. I hate to give you cliffhangers and make you dangle on, but I promise you there is something amazing coming. So I hope that you have a fabulous evening. If you are cooking for Thanksgiving, I wish you no burns, and that's to your flesh or your food, and that you have safe travels to do all those things. I am confident that you will see us live tomorrow. We usually go live on Thanksgiving morning as well every year to be able to spend time with those who maybe aren't going to be spending time with family. And just to catch up, I can't wait to hear about some of your traditions, food you like, food you don't, and we can talk through all those things. But I love you, and I hope that you know how grateful I am to have you in my life. And thank you for giving me the greatest gift of all, which is your time. One more time, cheers to Timeout Tuesday. Thanks for playing The Price is Right vintage style with me this evening. And I will catch you on the next video, y'all. It's going to be a good one. I love you.